Hey guys, ChericeShana here. Welcome to my channel. This is my first time ever doing any type of review for a TV show, and I'm excited because I really love watching review videos, and I just wanted to kind of do my take on it. Every time I say I'm gonna do one, it's always like in the middle of the season. So I figured, why not? I love Love and Hip Hop, and of course, if you read the title, you already know this is a Love and Hip Hop Hollywood season 5 review. I'm gonna review the whole entire season. This is episode 1 under the title Clutch Your Pearls. So while you're here, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Click on the little bell, the notification, so you don't miss any more uploads that I do. There's a lot coming. Besides, I'm just starting out, so I want to kind of engage with you guys, kind of get to know you guys a little bit better, so it doesn't really seem like I'm talking to myself. All right, so like I said, subscribe, click the notification bell, like this video, and also leave me a comment if you liked it. If you didn't like it, constructive criticism, I'm here for it. All right, so just leave all of that below. So without further ado, let's just get into the video. Alright, you guys, so basically the whole entire show starts out with k.michelle riding in a car. Now, normally in the videos you would hear Mona, the beginning of the season, talking and kind of giving a spiel about what the Love and Hip Hop franchise is basically about. But this time it was k.michelle. She's back on Love and Hip Hop, and this time she's on Hollywood. She's very famous and notorious for being on the Atlanta seasons, but you know, now she's in Hollywood. She did do a season in New York, I believe, so it's really good to see Kay. She's bouncing around city to city. I don't blame you. If you like it, I love it. All right, so it starts off with her talking about LA. She's riding around. She talks about the traffic. She talked about the shady, the fake, and then while she's doing that, you can actually see like little past clips of different members of the cast of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, and they even showed some of her most classic moments, especially that shaking the table.
Try it with me if you want to. It's not a good day. Okay, now back to that one. Shaking the table. Don't shake unless you're ready to get shook.
Then after she kind of gives a recap and kind of the prelude of what we're about to see for the rest of the season, it goes into the intro with the credits. Now it is changed up a little bit. The colors are very bright this season, and I'm here for it. Normally with Love and Hip Hop franchises, except for Miami, it's been dark, lots of blacks, golds, grays, smoky colors, but this time they've incorporated a bright feel, and I feel like that's appropriate for Hollywood, because when you think of Hollywood, you think of lights, camera, action, so I really like that. A1 is in the credits this season. I don't believe he was in it last season, but him and Ray J are the only two guys in the credits, so that was pretty cool to see. As far as some of the looks in the credits, in the opening credits, no, but I mean, to each its own. I've seen some confessional looks, in my opinion, that looked better than what they wore and how their makeup and hair looked, but you know, that's neither here nor there. So we're gonna go ahead and get right on into the scene. So the first scene is k.michelle and Moniece. They meet up outside and they go in together to a little venue. It was an outside venue where they meet up with Bridget Kelly. So k.michelle, Kimberly as she now wants to be called, she's basically explaining how she knows these women. She's saying that her and Moniece are birthday twins. I'm not surprised. They have a very similar personality. And then there's Bridget Kelly, who she's known in the industry. For those of you who are not privy to the industry, even though it's big, it's very small. Those of you in the industry know exactly what I'm talking about. So basically, Kimberly is talking to the girls and she's explaining her ratchet butt injections that she is removing. This is going to be the second surgery that she's talking about having. Now, she said that in the episode, she claims that she had one surgery and now she's going to have another one to kind of take out the injections that she did. She also stated basically she got these injections from a ratchet doctor, basically not a doctor at all, in the Intercontinental Hotel in Atlanta. And she's saying just because it was done in a high price hotel don't mean that the services was high priced, because now she got to go ahead and take them out. She also explained her reasoning for getting the butt injections in the first place. When she started out in the industry, she wanted a big round butt. She felt that her having the sexiest, curviest body with the biggest butt was going to draw her the attention and the fame that she desired at that moment. But all it's done is cause her pretty much nothing but heartache and pain. She contributes the butt injections to her having really bad back issues, her butt hurting, her being long-winded, her not being able to stand properly and in a great posture because of the butt injections. So she wants to remove them and have a healthier body. And I don't blame her. Less is definitely more. Girl, your body's still great without them. So then Bridget Kelly starts talking. And I would have to say I do not like her hair. The curly bob, well, it's not really too much of a bob. It's more of a blunt. I don't like it, in my opinion. I feel like her hair looked better last season so far. So yeah, I'm not really feeling that hairstyle on her. But anyway, she's explaining that last season was pretty much about her not being friends with Brooke Valentine, and she did go out with Booby, and Booby's not for her. Basically, he's not her cup of tea. Now that she's gotten to know him, they are not really on the same page, so they've gone their separate ways. Her and Brooke Valentine have become friends. I mean, Kimberly / k.michelle is funny as hell by basically saying that Brooke Valentine reminds her of a bad Angela Bassett impersonation. Ooh, child. Alright, so k.michelle asked Bridget if she could open for her in her LA show. Now, Bridget was saying, I thought that Lyrica was going to do it because she opened up for you in New York. That's when Kay decides to say that Lyrica was an hour late. She feels like she's entitled, and she's gonna basically tell her about herself when she sees her. And Bridget's like, wow, you really did turn over a new leaf, because k.michelle would already snatched her by her wig, honey. And she was like, well, you know, I guess she's trying to grow. That's why she's Kimberly now, not k.michelle. But that k.michelle definitely does come out in this episode. So Bridget Kelly proceeds to say that she feels like Kay and Moniece have pretty much flew right under the radar. And Kay was like, honey, Shorty did not fly under the radar. She was just on Instagram posting cash money about Brandy being a surrogate for Ray J and Princess. And Moniece basically says that she did pose the question on whether or not Brandy was the surrogate for Princess and Ray J. She says she is not sorry. She does not take anything she says back. She likes no one with the last name Norwood. She can care less about Brandy, Ray J, Princess, or that damn baby, pretty much. So now we move on to the next scene. In the next scene, it's Miss Nikki Baby and Princess Love, which is kind of weird because Princess Love and Miss Nikki Baby had some type of beef. No one really knew what the beef was for. They just basically had beef for no reason. And so they decided to kind of squash the beef that they had and push the differences to the side. Princess does show that she is pregnant finally after trying for a couple of months with her husband Ray J, and she's pretty excited about the baby. She also mentions the fact that she's pretty pissed that Moniece is trying to drag her name through the mud and basically saying that Brandy is her surrogate and she finds Moniece to be extremely disrespectful and for her comments to be very uncalled for. Lyrica joins in with the bunch at the event as well. She goes on to say that she just got off of a promo tour. I, for one, absolutely adore Lyrica and her writing skills. I think her writing skills are absolutely amazing. I did listen to her EP named after her twin sister that passed away, Idea, and it was phenomenal. Like, Lyrica is a bomb writer. I love her writing skills. Anywho's, so she explains that her first single off of her EP did chart. She's very excited. She went on a promo tour for it. She's independent. Things are looking up and up, and she just opened up for K.Michelle in a New York show, so she's really excited about that. Princess Love asks her what happened to her getting pregnant, because they did say that they were going to try to get pregnant around the same time. And she pretty much just explains that A1 is a workaholic. He's doing his thing. She's doing her thing with her music. And so no time to have a baby at that time. I did hear a rumor that she is indeed pregnant right now. She has not confirmed it yet, but I'm pretty sure we'll know more about that as the season progresses. Now, at this point, Miss Nikki Baby also invited another person who is considered a friend to the show. So a friend to the show means that you're in the season, but you're not in the opening credits. And that person is Paris. So Paris comes in. She is noted as former assistant to both K.Michelle and Keisha Cole, both of whom she does not speak to at the moment. And she's saying that her and K.Michelle fell out because K.Michelle accused her of stealing her credit card and using her credit cards. Now, she says she didn't steal the credit card. What happened was she paid for an Uber ride worth of $50 and the card information was in her phone. Now, sis, if you don't get it, it wasn't given to you, you take it without asking, it's stealing. It doesn't matter if it's $50, $500, $20, $10, $1, 50 cents, 75 cents, 10 cents, 5 cents, 1 cent. If you take it without asking for it, you use it and it's not yours, it's stealing. So sis, use a thief. But it's okay though, as long as you're not digging in my pockets, honey. Now, she was basically saying $50 and trying to blow it off. So everybody's like, $50, $50, $50, $50? What? Just $50? First and foremost, if you steal $1 from me, you did not ask me for it, you're a thief. Move along, sis. You're stealing. Technically, use a thief. It doesn't matter how rich or poor someone is. If it's not your money and you took it, you stole it. So basically, Paris explains that she's looking for clientele to work with, and she wants to, you know, rub shoulders with Ray J. So she tells Princess, you know, I need to get close to your husband. And Princess is like, well, child, if you want to do that, you're going to have to do it yourself, sweetheart, because I'm not talking to him right now. Basically, what's going on is Ray J was photographed basically with women in a hotel room, and those women then DM'd it to Princess. She's seen it. She got upset. She moved out. Case closed. So she ain't talking to him. So Paris, you on your own with that one. So in the next scene, we see that there's a party going on. Ray J's walking, you know, swag on 1,000, and he's basically saying, all right, so check it. Life is going good. I'm jet setting from LA to Las Vegas, and I'm expecting a baby. Life's on the up and up. There's people standing in the line to get to the venue. A1 rolls up. A1 calls him out and he goes, hey everybody, it's A1, super record producer. I'm like, what? Who says that? Like, who introduced people like that? I mean, this could only be made for TV because this is ridiculous. So anyway, A1 basically in his confessional says that life is on the up and up for him. He's making bomb music with Chris Brown, and it's definitely hit the charts. Then his single from his EP charted as well, number 26. So he's very excited about it on the urban charts. So he's very, very excited about it. I've never heard his song. So yeah, I'll try to listen to it, and I'll tell you guys if I like it in the next video. So they get into the venue, and Solo Lucci's there partying it up. Solo Lucci was on the season last season, and he was dating Alexa Sky. But we see that he's back again, so hopefully something good comes out of it for him. He's basically saying he got a brand new contract, he's got an advanced check, he's making bomb music, things is on the up and up. So all these men are just in La La Land, and they're all happy right now. They start to talk about Ray J and his differences with Princess. He explains to them the situation. They're reading off Instagram posts that she wrote about basically her leaving Ray J because, you know, women think that the guy will change and he won't, and men think the girls won't leave and they will. So pretty much she's basically saying she's gone. And at this point there's a jeweler that's there, and Ray J picks out a 5-carat diamond ring to give to her for an I'm sorry gift, and Solo Lucci's like, yeah, I think you need more carats than that to kind of make up for it all. So in the next scene, Kimberly's rehearsing and she's singing on the stage and it's going good. And at this point, Lyrica walks in to talk about the LA show that Kate will be having, because she wants to be a part of that show. She just did the show with her in New York, so she thinks everything is good. Now they sit down, they start having small talk. That talk was pretty okay. She just asked her what's going on, and Lyrica's just like, you know, I'm really happy. My song charted, things are looking up, and you know, I'm going places right now. And Kay is like, yeah, you know, I agree. You want to be the next Aretha, you want to be the next Anita, and she's like, yeah. And then she drops a bomb and says, you're spoiled. And Lyrica's like, She's like, yeah, you're spoiled. I'll let you do the tour with me. I'll let you do the performance with me. And you were an hour late, and they charged me for every minute that I went over because of you. And Lyrica said, well, that has to be management because I'm never late. And K.Michelle says, your management. And she says, And then Kay turned into K.Michelle real quick when she started to basically insult Lyrica by basically saying that Lyrica's entitled. She writes songs, but nobody gives a and Lyrica's looking at her like, oh my God. And she goes, you know, you acting like the same old Kay. She said, then Lyrica says something to the effect of, you gotta fake it till you make it. And K.Michelle says, I ain't faking I ain't faking. Then she basically says, I'm not faking nothing like you faking marriage. And you could definitely see that Lyrica was like, that took her way off guard. And she was just like, fake my marriage? You know what, bitch? I'm out of here. She walks out and she's basically yelling at production like she can't believe K.Michelle would do that to her. And K.Michelle was like, I need an IV drip because these people are draining. And in walks somebody with an IV. I know that wasn't no doctor. In walks somebody with the IV drip ready to inject K.Michelle with an IV. I'm like, this is just too much. Shorty need IV. They's yelling at each other. So at the end of the day, Lyrica actually comes back inside to yell some more. I'm like, what? You haven't had enough of that tongue lashing K.Michelle just gave you, sis? So she goes back. She goes back in there again to argue with K.Michelle, and they're throwing insults back and forth. K.Michelle is throwing insults on the microphone all loud and echoing, and so Lyrica decides that she's going to take a microphone too, and they both going to literally be in each other's face, cursing each other out on the microphone. K.Michelle now brings the IV drip with her to hit her with the IV drip. Lyrica want to hit her with the chair. These girls is going at it, throwing out insults. K.Michelle calls her Storm, tells her she's wearing Spanx out in public. It's just a lot going on, honey. And then K.Michelle drops the bomb and says, well, you trying to sleep with my big friend Safari. And I'm like, Lord God. Really, Safari? Really? Really? You got to be called in. K.Michelle goes, I seen the text that you sent him. He told me everything. He told me everything. And I'm just like, damn, Safari, you talk too much.
Hush! You talk too much. Oh, girl, you never shut up. Goddamn!
So now we go to the next scene where we see Tierra Marie and Miss Nikki Baby together. Tierra Marie looks amazing. Like, her body looks great. You can tell that she's definitely slimmed down. Her face looks great. Her hair looked great. She looked great in that scene. She looks so good. So they bump into Ray J, and she says, you know, she wishes Ray J, Princess, and the baby good health and good wealth and good spirits. Pretty much, she's over the whole situation that happened so long ago between her and Ray J. It's so far removed from her mind. She's just like, bumping into your ex in LA is common. It's not a big deal. She's moved on with her life. No harm, no foul. So she's talking to Ray J, and he asks her if she's clean. She says yes. She said, you know, I thought you would have been up in the bed next to me because you definitely needed that rehab. Subtle shade. I like that one. So she also tells Ray J that she feels like he's going to be a really good dad. He says he's pretty much excited about it. And he says, you know, he threw all the savagery away. And that's when Nikki Baby was like, well, you haven't seen your wife in 7 days. I think that's pretty savage. And he's like, oh no, I'm just, you know, I'm doing business. What business you do when you haven't seen your wife in 7 days? Anyway, that's none of my business though. So now we go over to Solo Lucci, who's performing his new hit single, Skirt Skirt. And at this point, you know, he's doing his performance and stuff. And so A1 is definitely sitting there. He's enjoying the music, and in walks another female that I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing for the entire season as another friend to the show named Apple Watts. She's a stripper slash want to be artist, rapper slash doing a little bit of singing. And she basically comes up to A1 to shoot her shot. She's like, listen, you know, I want to be an artist. You know, can I perform and show you what I got? And he's just like, oh, I'm being propositioned by another stripper. Here goes another stripper trying to make it big. But he decides, let me just go ahead and entertain her for a second and see if she's any good. So at first she starts rapping, and I'm like, dang, she look kind of mean when she's rapping. And he's just like, I can't hear you. You say you that bitch? Well, how you that bitch and I can't hear you? So she decides she's gonna get a little bit more gully. And she definitely, you know, put on a performance, you know. Basically she's singing slash rapping, and she was like all smiling and whatever, talking about run me my money or run me my fade. I was just like, so anyway. He says that he basically has to give her props because she did her thing, and sometimes you only get one chance, one shot. So, you know, after she starts rapping, she goes back to doing what she does, being a stripper. And, you know, she's shaking her booty. She's telling him this asshole is all real. It's all real back there, ain't nothing fake. And he's dropping his ones. And Lyrical walks in. She goes straight over there like, that's a whole married man. What are you doing dancing for my man? And she says, well, because he got the ones. I mean, she's a stripper. She's dancing. And so she gonna dance where the money is because he's gonna make it rain on her, and she could take that money home to feed her family. That's what strippers do. I mean, duh. So she got really upset that A1 was disrespecting her by throwing money at strippers. So she slapped him. He's wondering, what's going on with you? Like, what's the real tea, sis? So basically, they go outside, and she explains that she had a really horrible day. K.Michelle was talking cash to her face, and she basically said that K.Michelle is telling her that she tried to sleep with Safari. So A1 is like, nah, I'm gonna talk to her about this. You know, I've done a couple of songs for her album, and you know, I can't believe she would say something like that to Lyrica. Let me go ahead and see what this is about. So he gives her a hug, tells her everything is gonna be all right, and as a man, he tells her he's basically gonna protect his woman. So next scene. So now Ray J has left Solo Lucci's party, and he expects to be home alone because Princess is basically at a sleepover. Like, it kills me how much he always demeans her. Like, this is not the first time that he says something that basically demeans her to a childlike state. Now, this woman is your wife, and she left your home because basically women have been DMing her pictures in your hotel room. There's pictures of women in the shower while you're taking a picture, and the woman is in the shower. And your wife, who's pregnant for you, has left the home, and she's gone over to her friend's house and moved into her friend's house, and you consider her going to her friend's house, moving out and going to her friend's house as a sleepover, like she's 9 or 10 years old. This is ridiculous. So basically, he doesn't even take her moving out seriously. He's like, oh, well, she want to go have a sleepover at her friend's house? I'm going to just be home alone. It's fine with me. And when he walks in, there goes Mama Sonia Norwood, basically sitting there waiting for him at the door, honey.
I'm waiting on you at the door.
He's basically shocked, saying he didn't realize that she still had the key to the place. And she's just sitting there, you know, just waiting on him. And it's so funny because literally Miss Norwood has not changed since Brandy was Moesha. Like, not even gonna lie to you. You know what? Some people just don't like changing. If she like it, I love it, right? So basically, she's saying, you know, Princess is dead wrong for insinuating that you're cheating when you're not, and she's messing up the brand. And then in his confessional, Ray J basically says, you know, when Princess starts putting subliminal stuff, of course it's going to start to involve his mom and Brandy into the mix. I mean, you know, Miss Norwood then goes on to say that Princess needs to apologize, and if Princess does not apologize, then she's never talking to her again. And like, to be honest, ever since Ray J and Princess have been on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, it's always been apparent that Miss Sonia Norwood does not like Princess. She's only tolerating Princess because Ray J's in love with Princess. She don't like Princess for Ray J. She's never liked Princess for Ray J. So I just feel like her saying, oh, I'm never going to talk to her again. It's like, sis, you didn't want to talk to her anyway, so what? She's given an excuse to not talk to someone she didn't want to talk to anyway. So, I would never want to be in a relationship with my man who's a mama's boy and have his mama not like me. Too much. Who child? Next scene. So now we're basically getting a tour of South Central LA. Due to Apple Watts, that's where she lives. She's basically saying all of LA is not lights, camera, action because she lives on a rough side. And she's basically telling us that she's living there with her 2 kids. And we see her best friend, Lily, who's there, who helps her take care of her kids. Lily is a lesbian. She says that her and Lily are strictly just friends. They've never done anything together. But, you know, Lily is a great life coach for her. So she's explaining to Lily what happened the night that she met A1. She explained that she did shoot her shot and that A1 was definitely interested in her talent. And then she proceeded to go back to dancing, in which his wife walked in. She's saying that, you know, instead of Lyrica excusing herself and getting upset with her man and just taking up with her man, she got mad at Apple Watts and called her out of her name, and then Apple Watts got extra, etc., etc., etc. And Lily basically was like, you know, at the end of the day, this shipping thing, you don't want to do that forever. You trying to, you know, you got to show them something different. At the end of the day, playing devil's advocate, she said, all she did was walk in and see you shaking her ass on her man. She didn't see an artist rapping and trying to get a record deal. She saw a stripper on her man. So that's all that she saw from you. So that's all she believes that you are. And basically, Apple says, you know, she does want to be able to talk to A1 and she does want to be able to talk to Lyrica eventually to kind of just blow everything over so she can get her career on the right path. Now we move on to Ray and Monique's girlfriend, AD. AD has a clothing line and her and Ray are doing a fashion show together, so they're at the fashion show. Bridget and Paris are also there at the fashion show. And Bridget is telling Paris that she really wants her to be friends again with K.Michelle. She feels like they should be friends. And Paris is like, you know what? Everybody's saying it, so I might as well give it an opportunity. You know, whatever. And so, you know who AD is, right? And she says, oh, ain't that Monique's girlfriend? And she's like, yeah. And she turns and she sees Monique. Now, child, Paris, being messy boots, decides to say, hold on, I'll be right back. Goes outside and contacts Princess like, oh, you said on site, right? Well, here's sis location. Princess ends up coming to the fashion show and going right up on the stage, taking the mic, interrupting everything on some Kanye tip. I will let you finish, but where is the chick with the Twitter fingers? Where is the internet thug Monique? What kind of person would say that another person is carrying someone's baby? Say that, you know, maybe it's the same type of person who would fake being a lesbian. And that's when AD was like, well, wait a minute. Maybe it's the type of person that is going to try to manipulate someone and show off someone's sex tape. Basically referring to when Princess got the sex tape information on Monique and wanted to kind of leak it. And Princess blatantly denied that she had anything to do with it, but you know these producers at VH1, they ain't with the. They pulled that footage of what she did and they replayed it for everybody to see that, yes, sweetheart, you did try to do that. Princess basically shows off her stomach and goes, you know, I'm pregnant right now. Give me about 2 months to drop this load and then it's on site, me and you. Monique basically says, I can't wait till you drop that demon seed. And then that's when Princess tells her what she knows is going to trigger her by saying, well, maybe I'll teach you how to be a good mother too. Child, why the hell she say that? My girl Monique, get up, no. And she'll pick up one chair. No. She could have flung that chair. She basically tried to attack her. And the security, you know, had to come and pull her. Now, everybody's saying, oh, why would she try to hit a pregnant woman? And Ray Tay. But at the end of the day, why would a pregnant woman bring herself into harm's way? It just does not make no sense. I have to play devil's advocate. Why would a pregnant woman put herself into a situation to attend an event that she was not invited to in order to cause ruckus and to stir up controversy and drama? And why would a pregnant woman put herself and her unborn child in a position to get hurt? Anything could have happened. She could have tripped and fell over the podium because she's wearing heels as well. She could have tripped and fell. She could have very well got hit. She could have got trampled by security if a big huge fight would have broke out. She could have anything could have happened to her. She put herself in the position to get hurt. And it's like, if you're such a great mom, you're so excited about being pregnant, why would you even put yourself in that type of predicament in the first place? Just does not make sense to me. And then if you feel like Monique is not a good parent and you feel like she don't care about her child, why would you think she would care that you're pregnant and not want to attack you? Your face ain't pregnant. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, if you're pregnant, you're not gonna, and you want your child, you're not gonna put yourself in harm's way on purpose. She went there for entertainment. She wanted to cause trouble. She wanted to stir controversy, and she definitely did. We all know Moniece is about that life. Are you, princess? Are you really? Then we had Paris saying, oh no, I can't believe she would go try to hit a pregnant person. Or if it was me. Sweetness, sis, you messy. You sent her the location. You knew she was going there to fight. You knew she was going there to turn up. Oh, because she's pregnant, she just felt that somebody would have put their hands on her. People don't care that you're pregnant. You should care that you're pregnant. Like, you should care enough for everybody. I just don't understand why you would say, oh, I can't believe she would try to hit her and she's pregnant. Sis, you brought her there for the drama. So if anything happens, it should be on you too, sis. You are partially responsible. You called her there to be messy because you're messy. And I really hope you're not going to be messy all this season because, you know? Okay, sis, moving on. So now it's back to Kimberly's house. Basically, A1 goes to meet her to kind of talk about what happened between her and Lyrica. She starts to mock, before they even meet, she starts to mock A1 in the confessionals by saying, ooh, the guy with the pearls is going to come and attack me. Oh, basically, she ain't scared of A1. But you know, if A1 want to come talk to her, she don't really care. So A1 came and she's basically told A1 the same exact thing she told Lyrica. Her story did not change. She feels like Lyrica's entitled. Pretty much A1 wanted to defend his wife. So A1 is just like, he's in defense mode. And as soon as he became defensive, things took a turn for the left. Kimberly was gone again and K.Michelle reappeared. She basically told A1 the situation with Safari did happen. He said, A1 says, I don't believe you. She says, well, it doesn't matter if you believe me. It didn't fall from the sky. And then she says, you know, I'm telling you the truth. And so A1 goes, well, I'm going to tell you the truth too. Your album sucked. Your album was trash. And she's like, but you produced 3 songs on it. So, and I was just like, dang, he should have never said that. He should have said all the songs that I didn't make were trash. You know, but basically he calls out K.Michelle by saying, K.Michelle then proceeds to tell him that she doesn't feel that Lyrica is a star or star material. And why she say that? Because now he goes off even more to then say she can't really sing. He had to doctor up most of her tracks because she can't sing. She's blackballed from radio because she doesn't do promos and she doesn't support radio stations, so they don't support her. So now she's blackballed from the industry. She's basically mad because Lyrica's independent and charted. She's with a label and charted nothing. She basically tells him that's not true. She calls him Bob Marley. He calls her moon pie face. And she calls him Little Richard. And basically she insulted him all the way out of the door. And that was literally the first episode of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood season 5. It was ridiculous. It was so good. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm gonna really enjoy talking about the season as it goes on. I'm so excited to even be reviewing this. So I really do hope you guys like it. Again, please subscribe. Click the notification bell so you don't miss out on any updates. Make sure that you like this video, leave me a comment, and let's engage and talk a bit. Tell me what you liked about the show, what you didn't like about the show, and what do you think is going to happen going forward. Can't wait to hear back from you guys. Till next time, bye.